60 Minutes recently aired a story called Breeding Out Disease about a genetic technology called Preimplantation Genetic Diagnosis, or PGD. Not surprisingly, the title, Breeding Out Disease, has brought a lot of controversy. And people are asking, what is this and how could this technology be used? Well, actually, PGD has been used for many years. And it's a process by which we take eggs from a woman and sperm from a man and combine them to make fertilized embryos. We can then test those embryos individually to see if those embryos carry a certain genetic mutation or genetic disease. And if the couple chooses to, they can elect to take only the embryos without the disease and to selectively implant them back into the woman's uterus. And this, therefore, greatly reduces the risk that they will have a child with that genetic disease. In the 60 Minutes interview, the example used was a BRCA1 mutation. We know that women with the BRCA1 mutation have a very high risk of developing either breast or ovarian cancer, and men are at increased risk to develop prostate cancer. And for families with a BRCA1 mutation, they've often watched generations of their family develop these diseases. We know that we can also use PGD for recessive conditions like cystic fibrosis, meaning that if each parent carries one copy of a recessive gene, their child has a 1 in 4 chance of having 2 copies of that recessive gene and therefore having a disease like cystic fibrosis. For some couples, they want to reduce the risk that a future children will carry that mutation or have that disease, and so they opt for PGD. The controversy comes in when people are saying, well, will people use PGD for things like having a child with blue eyes or selecting for a child who would be really good at playing football? I think the answer is probably not. Why? This is expensive, and it's not usually covered by insurance companies. It's also invasive. It takes a lot of planning. The woman and the man have to both give eggs and sperm, easier for the man than for the woman, but not an easy process. This is really used for genetic diseases that a couple would like to prevent their children from having. And so, PGD, it's not an easy or a cheap thing to do, but it can greatly reduce the risk of having a child with a genetic disease or mutation. And it's the right option for some couples.